Welcome to 1 Minute Reviews. Today we are reviewing the movie Plane. So the movie is basically about a father who's actually a pilot preparing to meet his daughter on a New Year Eve, and then he's flying from Singapore to Hawaii to Honolulu, but on the way the flight is en route in between an interim destination. So in between over the islands of Jolu cluster, the flight goes through a rough weather and then he is forced to land the plane into a into an island in between Indonesia. But all the passengers survived, and then whether all the passengers were able to contact the crew back at home, and whether did they were they safe, how did they end up reaching at the end is about plane. So the storyline is actually new. So usually most of the storylines talk about the crashes and then how people survive. But it's about a very new theme where they end up in a zone where they're full of terrorists, how they survive out of that, uh, and what is their struggle, and then how they came up with. But this is actually a very good storyline. But the movie itself takes a lot of cinematic liberty because the plane crashes once, and then they try to fly the plane again to another territory, and then they all of a sudden enter into a territory which they say there is no government. How do they end up there, and how do they have so much of guns and money? And many of the passengers seem totally out of very cinematic, so they don't seem to have any kind of common sense. So of course they may exist, but most of them were taken, I believe, for the cinematic liberty. But overall, it's a very good watch for your popcorn crunch times. So plain a good popcorn watch.